My name's Carl. I'm a brand new hunter. I've never done, well, I started hunting last year using a muzzle loader, and I liked it a lot. I kind of got the bug. And then everyone I went with said, if you really like this, go get a bow, because there's so much more time to hunt. The seasons are much longer, and you can get the way bigger bucks just because they haven't been gotten yet. So that's why I'm here. I went and got my bow at Fin and Feather. They're really good to me, and it's starting to really come together. The groups are getting tighter, working over at longer and longer range, and just figuring out one step at a time. I wanted to go hunting for a long time, and my parents just were not about that life. They did not like the idea of hunting themselves, and we lived in Washington anyway, where you can only get one deer a year, so it's not even worth it. But I came out here about a year and a half ago, and hunting is a much bigger part of the culture here, and I wanted to try it. It was something I hadn't done before. And I knew some people who go hunting all the time, so I just jumped in, gave it a shot, and I liked it a lot more than I thought it would. And venison is delicious, so that is definitely a contributing factor. So the first time I went hunting, it was a bit of a trip just because it's so much waiting and not seeing anything at all, and then all of a sudden deer are right there. And the first time I shot at a deer, I completely missed just because I was so nervous. But then the second time, I was like, all right, we're gonna take our time. We're gonna really make sure it's right there because it's not moving a whole lot. I'm gonna put the crosshairs right on the lungs, and the bullet went right where I wanted it to. And it was a great experience getting my first deer. It was a little smaller than I thought it was gonna be from distance, but it was still big enough to be something worth shooting, and meat was really good. The experience of going hunting is definitely my favorite part of the whole thing, but I can't take away from having deer meat all year round. After eating deer meat for a while, I want nothing to do with beef for the most part, except for like really good cuts. Just eating back straps and deer steaks all the time is just way better than whatever I'd usually be able to eat. And then also I don't believe in factory farms. I do not like the way the animals are treated in large agricultural operations. I want nothing to do with contributing to that for all kinds of reasons. But being able to take a deer out of the wild that has had like a good life, and then like if they're gonna die in some brutal way that is not quick. They're either gonna freeze to death, starve to death, or be ripped apart by some predator or hit by a car. So the best option for a deer, if they're gonna pick a death, so to speak, is to be put down quickly with an arrow. Yeah. I think the hardest part for me has been figuring out exactly where the deer are going to be. Just because when you're out there, you want to be fairly sure that animals are going to show up and that you're not just hanging out looking at trees in one spot when you could be hiking with the same result. So like the best thing that I've learned is to scout out the areas where you want to go hunting long before you go there. Go looking for deer tracks, track them along their trails, and figure out where they typically are on a day-to-day basis. They usually have some kind of a routine that they follow, and that's been the most important thing, I think, just because going out and just staring at trees and being hungry and a little bit cold with no reward is terrible. If you like hiking, you're probably going to be doing this anyway. You'll just be doing it in a different place. And if you're out hiking where people go hunting, there usually aren't very popular trails in those areas. And you'll be able to have a reason to go out into parts of the public lands and wilderness where you normally wouldn't go, and you'll have a much closer experience with nature.